Hi, I'm here at Wacoa and I'm here with Dean Martin from PayVu. Hi, Dean.
Hey Heather, how are you?
Good, thank you. Dean, can you tell us a bit about what your solution does?
What we do is automate and securitise the payment process for bookkeepers and accountants to make all payments for their clients.
And how do you securitise it?
So the typical process at the moment for bookkeepers to make payments for their clients involves exporting files from secure systems like Xero or QuickBooks or Mail. What we do is remove the need to export any files out of a secure system. Gone are the days when you need to save or know your client's banking details or put their employees' data, personal and private information at risk by taking out of a secure system. Why buy a safe, like your accounting system, and put your diamonds, your personal and private information about a business outside of that system? That's the problem that we solve. The accounting systems and the banking systems and ourselves spend millions of dollars each year to make sure that this data is safe. The average bookkeeper accountant doesn't have that budget and doesn't have that sort of facilities to make that easy. We deliver that. So we already do this sort of thing for large companies, large big four accounting systems and banks and superannuation systems. What we're doing is bringing that level of automation and security to a bookkeeper or an accountant.
So does it matter which bank I'm with?
So at the moment, it's a great question. At the moment, we are integrated with the four majors, and it's the Pareto principle there. We get greater than 80% of the market.
So here in Australia, that's CBA, ANZ, NAB, and Suncorp? Westpac. So the four banks. Okay, so they're the four banks I work with, and who am I paying? Am I paying you or the banks?
What happens at the moment is that if I'm a bookkeeper or an accountant, I make payments for my businesses or for my clients. I use multiple systems. We give you a single process and a single app, so you don't worry if it's QuickBooks or MyOb or Xero, and don't worry if it's NAB. As long as it's those systems, you have one application. You do everything in there to execute the payments.
And who does the initial sign-on?
As a recommender, because the bookkeeper or the accountant recommends payments. And the authoriser, so we've got separations of duties. The authoriser is the business owner. So think of PayVu as the Tinder of payments. What they have is the ability to say, pay that one, don't pay that one, pay that one, don't pay that one. So gone are the days where a bookkeeper accountant is chasing the business owner. Hi, what are we going to pay this week or this fortnight? And then chasing to see that this happened. They just recommend it. And when they accept or reject, the accounting system gets updated. The data gets sent to the supplier, and the money comes out of the bank the same day. And all of those systems are synchronised, or there's this internal feedback loop that we provide. So every system that's involved in that knows when that decision's been made. So you don't have, it's a low value contact that a bookkeeper or accountant would be having with the business owner. Say, oh, have you paid that yet? Or are you going to pay that? It's not the sort of, and can also be awkward. I mean, the business owner might say, look, I've got to wait for a $20,000 check to clear. Gone are those conversations. This system automates that. When they pay it, you can see it. When they don't pay it, you can see it. You see it in the accounting system. And every stakeholder, right down to the supplier, they know when it's to get paid. They get notified by the system as well. So it's a nice closed loop.
Very good. So sometimes the bookkeepers don't want access to the ability to access the bank account because the bank account has a lot of money in it. Does this protect that bookkeeper with that worry?
Absolutely. Look,
Dorothy Dixer, obviously.
It's like I fed you that question. That's a great question. So one of the big problems with the tools available at the moment for a payment bureau is that you do one or two things to execute a payment. You either know the login credentials, which means you need to store it, which means that as soon as your computer gets hacked, which they all will, cybercrime is worth $600 billion globally. So look, Australia is a soft target. Bookkeepers and accountants operate in a business of trust. So when you're storing or keeping your client's banking details on your computer, which is what you're doing, you're really introducing a lot of risk to your business. We remove that. We've got the facilities to keep that securely. Most bookkeepers and accountants won't. And some of the big four use us for this same service to make payments. So that level of security, we bring it to an average practice where you could be 3 or 4 people. We're giving the sort of security that's used at a major big four accounting system. Look, what we do is we remove the need for you to store or keep or know that. And the alternative is you don't know it. And what you do is you email. So you'll export a file, an ABA file, Australian Banking Association file.
Yes.
You email that to your client, and that's where you get into trouble where it can be intercepted. And the BSB and account number can be changed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And 6 months ago, all of the conveyances in Queensland got done in a single day. I don't know if you saw that in the press. And even recently, look, I go to a lot of security audits. A major Australian brand was paying $1 million invoice.
Yes.
The CFO was signing off on it. What the CFO's process is, and it will sound familiar to most bookkeepers and accountants, is they've exported the ABA file to make that payment. Yes. They've gone and made a cup of coffee. What they don't know, and what most people don't know, is that your computer is being observed via a phishing email that you've touched 6 months ago, 12 months ago. They're just waiting for a big transaction like this. This is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
The BSB account number got changed. That $1 million payment got executed. The money was then removed. The supplier that $1 million payment was for called the CFO and said, "Oh, you know what? That $1 million is still pending." He goes, "Oh, I paid it." "Well, when did you pay it?" "I paid it 2 days ago." "Oh, wait a second. Show me the payment you made." "That's not my BSB account number." So this is the sort of risk that every bookkeeper accountant is facing today. They don't realise they're facing it.
Yes.
And the Australian government via SBR, standard business reporting, and things like the mandatory notification of mandatory breach scheme. So as soon as you find out that your PC has had a phishing email on it, or that your data's been breached, you need to let your clients know.
Yeah.
And that can be a critical failure of a trust business. If you've been exporting your clients' files, whether it's a salary or an invoice file, it's got all their banking details on it. It's got all the banking details of all their suppliers. If you're making payments of the salary, which you should be doing if you're not already, you're also exporting personal private information about their employees.
Yeah.
So this will destroy a bookkeeper accounting practice overnight. That trust, that takes years to build, can take seconds to destroy.
Coconut tree takes a long time to grow.
That's right.
and trust falls like a coconut.
Exactly that, right? So really, and look, it's not. I know that at the moment the bookkeepers and accountants are doing the best job with the tools they have. They've just they've never had a tool like this before that can make it so much more secure and scalable, and it's just the 21st century way of making payments to your clients.
So it works in Australia. Does it work overseas?
Look, we had some great news last week where our international payment got off the launch pad in the US. So we'll be taking this overseas. Robin, our CEO, was in Singapore 2 weeks ago. Look, our home market is Australia.
So what sort of price point are you starting at?
So $40. $40 a month gives you unlimited payments. So our price point at $40 a month gives you access to unlimited payments.
Unlimited client payments?
Unlimited client payments for $40 a month.
So one practice can sign up for $40 a month. And
per ABN. Per ABN, sorry. Client.
We got excited then.
Thank you for, look, what I mean by that is...
that's fine.
We think of it as our partner, as the bookkeeper accountant for each of their clients. It's $40 a month. PayVu means that those transactions are free.
And it's saving them time and the efficiencies of doing it within the system rather than the
exactly
double up there.
Single. Exactly. Thank you. It's that single process and single application to make the payment. The business owner, from anywhere that they have access to their mobile phone. I keep looking at my empty hand, but anywhere they have access to their mobile phone, they can accept or reject payments, so they can get on with doing what they do. Whether that is, a locksmith, a plumber, a restaurateur, a cafe owner. They can do. They're busy enough without worrying about making sure that their super's paid, that their staff are paid, that their suppliers are paid in a timely manner. They can get on with what they do best, and you can help them by making sure their payments are compliant and done.
Excellent. So how can people get in contact with you?
Best to go to our website, which is www.payvu.com.au.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Pleasure, Heather.
Cheers.